Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to stream today. It is Friday, so you know what that means. We are streaming D&D. But yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. Hello Rayleigh, hello Kelly. But yeah, we're doing the Tales of Domanhart. This is episode 6. And yeah, they're about to get into some shit, which is fun. A couple things I wanted to announce. We have a new affiliate today. So yeah, basically, Pride Palace was like, hey, want to be an affiliate? So we're doing that. Basically, they sell a lot of like Pride merch. So flag behind me, this shirt here, all by Pride Palace. So if you want to stop by over there, links are in my About section. Use my code, and you can get 10% off. They're having a sale right now on like Pride flags, so all your Pride flags are free. You just have to cover shipping, and you get 10% off of that if you use my code. So yeah, go check that out. It'll be fun. And also, everything you pay for goes to charitable like LGBTQ organizations. So like Stand with Trans, Trevor Project, a lot of wholesome like donations. So yeah, your payment goes through there. Um, yeah, that's the most recent thing that we are excited about on the channel. Other than that, it is Friday and it's time for D&D. So let's switch over there. And I'm back.
Xander,
Hello.
have you heard of How Funny Drug?
Which one?
All
The Doug.
All drug.
All the Doug.
Flash,
Drags.
flashback to Mushroom Party.
Drags.
Xander,
Kelly.
on your stream there's a purple box.
There's a purple box. Oh, thank you, Spencer, for the hydrate. Which purple box? Wait, where?
In the middle of your stream there's a purple box.
There's a purple
Right
box. There's a purple
Oh
box.
yeah, I should join that stream so I can send you hydrate.
Let me go
links.
fix the purple box.
There's a purple box.
Hold on, let me go fix. Okay, I'm fixing the purple box.
Force Xander to hydrate. It's amazing.
Yes,
That
it
is
is.
the only reason that I tab in is to make you.
Refresh the screen. It might just be that it's a thing. Also, Erodi Shrieks, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Okay.
Okay, whatever.
Who. Ooh.
Now I can spy on you.
I wonder what would happen if you used non-D&D point redeems in the middle of a D&D game.
Yeah, but refresh the page. It should get rid of the purple
Melee
box.
only.
Yeah.
I mean, that can be applied to D&D in a very,
Hold on. I gotta copy this.
Sniper
right
only.
setting.
I gotta paste this over here.
Everyone, change your class to Claire.
My cat is telling me how to cook a dick.
Okay.
What?
Okay then.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what's happening. I'm being taught how to cook dick.
Wait.
I don't want
can
it.
do
Here we go.
I don't want to sit
Sunburn?
in suspense.
Alright.
Then oil fry for 10 minutes with
They
some
boil
white
it
salt.
and then put it in the oven and then fry it.
Yeah?
That's a lot of steps.
That is
What
a
am
lot
I
of steps.
listening to right now?
I don't even know at this point either.
That's a good question.
No, only sniper.
Give me one, I just go blow my eardrums out.
Really?
Like, it'd be better than this.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to play anymore if you did that.
Can we start?
Yeah, I just use subtitles.
I'm glad your
We can.
hydrate
Oh,
reward is so cheap because
I
I
know.
know a person whose hydrate reward is 500 points.
yeah. My sound alerts and my
Dehydrate or
hydrates.
something.
Yeah. My hydrates and my sound alerts are very cheap.
Mute so you guys can start your game.
Indeed.
I think we're gonna be missing a darling for session, guys.
We might be missing a darling, but we will go ahead and start without darling.
Yes. And after
Don't
this
make her
problem
unconscious.
me-
And if she hops in, we will catch her up as usual. But yes. So last time on Tales of Domanhart, you guys were told for the next like trial to escort the princess Lyrie to the destination on the outskirts of town. which is the green mark. So where you started was here, where you're going is here, and you are here. So, yeah, y'all were on your way, and you crossed the bridge to meet some guards who were quite unhappy with where you were taking her, because clearly she's trying to escape with an escort. You're not sure how all this was set up or why it was set up this way, but apparently it was. But they're trying to escort her out of the city, but, you know, keep her under watch, and it's interesting. It's very sus. But yeah, you guys met some guards that are causing some trouble, and you tried, instead of talking them down, you guys decided to fight them. So we're starting off strong with some combat. I mean, unless y'all don't want to do combat and you just want to try to talk to them again, or you want to you know, try other methods. But if you want to fight them, we can do that. But yeah, that's where we're at. So
I'm in a
I'm
violent
not
mood.
there currently.
yeah, Morta.
There.
I think you guys. I think we said you all were going. But I don't remember if Morta said she was or wasn't. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
And technically, she never signed that contract, so she don't gotta do shit with this conversation if she don't want to. And she didn't want to.
True. All right. So Morta, I guess, is back at the campsite, and the rest of you are in the carriages escorting Princess Lyrie to the safe house on the outskirts of town, and the guards are trying to keep her from not. So I guess we're gonna hop into combat. If anyone doesn't have any objections.
I'm gonna kill these fuck. Alright, not kill. Maim. Let's maim these hackers.
Okay. They aren't exactly a biffy.
Great.
So, yeah, no. So initiative tracker, last we left off. So, yeah, I believe. Sorry, I don't know why my brain is like lagging.
I do not appear to be on that list.
You are not? I don't remember your
I am
initiative.
not. Well, let me roll an
All
initiative
right.
real quick.
Roll some initiative.
Hey boy,
Wait, no.
22.
It's a 22. Wow.
22.
A 22.
Fuck it. I'll go first today.
The dice said yes.
Where is mine?
Oh, yeah, that's right. What is yours?
Roll initiative.
Oh,
Mine was a
16. 16. Okay, so you would be...
With guard 2.
you would be with guard 2, yeah.
What's its dex?
Yours is probably higher. Let me look. Yeah, yours is higher. They aren't exactly the beefiest
You're a
of...
cat druid. He's an intern.
Yeah. Alright. So, we'll start off with initiative with Nathan. You are up.
Okay. Wow. Did not expect to go that quickly. All right. These are obstacles. However, these are probably poorly paid intern obstacles.
Yeah, they're mostly
So-
just blocking kind of the path. They're like, stop, FBI, kind of thing.
I would like to non-lethally whip them if that is okay.
Okay.
2 attacks. That is going to be... a 19 and a 22 to hit.
Those both hit.
Both hit, okay. Bam. Then the first guard is gonna take 10 non-lethal bludgeoning damage, and the second one is gonna take 6 non-lethal bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Awesome. Alright, and let me... And you're attacking guard 1 or 2?
To both. First attack guard 1, second attack guard 2.
Okay. Okay. So we'll move on down initiative to draft. There are 2 guards.
Okay, I'm just gonna attack the guard 1
Okay.
with a ray of sickness.
Okay.
Okay. That is 3.
3 to hit.
Yeah, 3 to hit.
That does not hit.
I don't got any bonus actions, so
I will say what we can do is, like, even though y'all are attacking the guards, you can technically kind of, like, talk to them and try to, like, let them let them let you pass through.
Whip, whip, whip. Get out of the way.
The guard.
We don't want to hurt you. Whip, whip.
speak to yourself. Speak for yourself. I want to hurt these guards.
Whip. Most of us don't want to hurt you. Whip, whip.
They go, we don't want to engage and fight if we don't have to, but we are under orders to keep Miss Lyrie from leaving the city, unfortunately. So,
Whose bloody orders?
the bloody orders from the kingdom, in fact.
By my calculations, I don't give a shite about that.
Well, we kind of work for the kingdom, so, like, we kind of have to do what we're told.
And I was supposed to give a shite about that as well?
Well, we don't really care if you give a shite or not. We're told to stop Princess Lyrie from leaving the city limits. Or at least leaving the main part of the city.
Hold on.
Whip, whip.
1 second. So you're telling us that this person who has their own free will to do what they would like is not allowed to leave for what reason? Is there any legal reason? Are they in trouble? Is she a criminal?
Oh, none of that. We just...
Why the bloody hell are you restraining her?
We don't want her speaking.
Speaking of what?
We don't want her blabbing her mouth about what's going on in the city.
Haven't
What's
people
going
right
on?
to know?
It's the possibility of attacking on other cities.
Look-
They don't want her blabbing about.
Look, I don't have all the information. I'm not on the inner circle of the nobles. I just work here. I'm part-time. I'm supposed to be off the clock in, like, 5 minutes.
Then
How about
get
we
off
Yeah.
the clock now and leave.
permanently?
Here's an idea. Why don't we sit here for about 5 minutes, have a nice chit chat, maybe share a spot of tea, and then you go on your merry way and go home and say you never seen us.
Look, I can't do that. I am told to stop you, and unfortunately, even though I would like to go home, I have to stop you from passing through.
Oh, can't we just work something out?
Well, I can take you to the castle, and you can probably...
No.
Okay.
You know that's not gonna work.
I just work here. Like, it's not my orders. We were told to block the path from anyone of royalty leaving.
Just look the other way. You don't even know if it's her. It could just be somebody in disguise.
We were given a very clear description.
Yes, but they're all magic.
There's
Well-
definitely disguising magic, and I'm gonna cast Disguise Self on myself to make myself look exactly like her.
Okay.
So, obviously, your orders are pretty flawed if you're only supposed to go after someone with that description. For example, this entire caravan could be a distraction so that she can get away at another point.
We have guards at almost every exit. It's very unlikely she would take any path because this is the direct path to the royal safe house.
How do you know that? How do you know that's who she
Look,
is?
I just
Who that
work here. I was told to guard this path. This path. I don't know.
Will they really know if you let us scoot by? You don't have to tell them anything. It's obvious the council or whatever, the fucking wetchy who's a fucky thingy that we're doing for, wants her out of here.
Well, look. I'm willing to look the other way if you can pass over some money, okay?
How
Oh.
much are you wanting? 'Cause
Okay,
if you
that's-
want an unbelievable amount of money, then I'm afraid that we would have to
No.
take your bones for a certain friend of ours.
No. I'm not looking for anything outrageous. I'm just looking maybe 100 or so gold, whatever you
That
see
is
fit.
outrageous.
It's not
Okay.
that outrageous.
Buddy, listen. I take it you're the kind of person who values your job and your life and your orders. You cannot continue living your life and working at your job and following your orders if you get in our way and we have to forcefully remove you from us.
Look,
So if you value that, I would recommend you stop. And can I try and intimidate him?
sure.
Oh yeah, nat one.
I try to
Not
intimidate him.
Are you intimidating Arthur or the guard?
Guard.
Okay, yeah, you can try as well.
Come
I
on.
guess I'm
16.
16. Let me see if that beats. He is intimidated.
Now, listen here, you little shit. If you do not let us go right now with this, I don't even know what her name is again.
Lyrie.
Lyrie, thank you. At this point, right now, I don't see you as two people. I see you as annoying obstacles. And at this point, I am looking to remove said obstacles, either intact or very, very much broken. So please choose which one do you want to be, not broken or very broken.
Look.
Are they wearing armor?
Yes, they're wearing like steel breastplates, sort of like normal like guard wear.
Like, is their guard wear protecting their junk?
Actually, let me look at the description. They're wearing like a tunic.
I know.
So no.
Okay, Serenity, while Draff is saying all these things, is gonna walk up and very firmly, not pleasurably, but painfully for them, grab their junk.
Okay. He kind of winces in pain and goes, okay, look, we'll turn the blind eye. Fine. But look, it's going to cause problems.
And you're not gonna have
You
children.
mean
Then
a
you're gonna have
problem
to deal with
To
it.
have problems.
with her
Don't let
wanting
us through
people?
here.
Yeah, with her wanting people, that there might be a war because this place decides it wants to start a war where there's no war needed.
Fine, you can pass. Just... I'll just tell them you got lost or something. I don't know if the nobles come through here. Whatever. Just go on to the safe house.
Thank you. Let's go.
Very finely.
So you guys continue on down to the safe house.
Yes. I think there's
Escorting-
negotiation.
Yeah, escorting Princess Lyrie over there. So we'll skip ahead a little bit. You guys go on down the path. Seems pretty, goes pretty well, and you make the turn and keep going. And you get to what looks like it's kind of not necessarily a temple, I want to say, but it's more like a fancy like mansion kind of house with like pillars in the front. It has like marble staircase and stuff leading up to it. Definitely kind of matches the rest of the scenery around because most of these houses look very fancy. Um, but you guys make it into the front, and of course, there's like a circular like thing where you pull up around the front kind of deal. So you guys pull up with your carriages, and I assume you all like get out, and some of the guards like who are standing by the door walk out and kind of help you all down.
Yep.
All right, and I guess you guys walk up to the door. Princess Lyrie kind of leads the way. All right.
Yep.
She knocks on the door and waits a moment, and like a butler-looking guy answers the door, and leads you guys on inside. And the mansion is what you would assume is just imagine like a classic like Victorian mansion kind of style. Basically, it's that.
Okay.
And leads you guys inside. And Princess Lyrie goes, as like y'all are like standing in the foyer, she goes, "I appreciate the escort.
What?
Unfortunately, this is where we must take our leave from each other. I am very grateful for you guys getting me further out of the city. I just worry about what's happening within the castle now. Ever since they told me I was not allowed back inside."
What? It's good that you're safe. We did our job. Maybe we'll get paid for it, and then if we have to knock some heads together, we will.
Right, of course. I don't like the way this competition's going this year. I know you all are a part of it. I can see by the scarves, and, well, I was sort of told that some competitors would be my escort. Of course, this isn't really one of the trials. It's more like just an errand they wanted ran. But I'm not sure I really like how it's going this year.
What do you mean? Is it not normal?
No, normally the trials are very classically barbaric. The more, people come out onto the field, prove their worth, swords and slashing, and very bloody, and it seems to be a tourist attraction more or less than anything. But this year, they've opened it up to more than just champions and people. It's more like regular people are coming in. It's very odd to me. It used to not be this way. Of course, it did happen annually, but of course it was mostly just people who already were trained in the art. Now it's just regular people. It's very odd. They don't tell me anything, even though I should know. I am, of course, Estor blood, but they don't want me to know.
Just as long as you're safe here, there should be no more problems.
I should be safe here. Of course, my father lives here as well, so he has sworn to protect me, which is why I needed to make it here under any circumstances. Of course, there's guards. They were quite brutal to deal with.
Those guards were just a little. What is the nicer term to call them besides the
Child's
ones I
play?
would call them?
Child's play?
Yes, let's go with child's play.
Quite. Of course, if you make it back into town, I hear they're kind of wondering what happened. I've heard there was an incident with the dragon or something. Rumors, of course. It was quite an ordeal.
What type of rumors?
Oh, people are saying that some hooligans broke in and freed the dragon, or some are saying that there's a plot of sabotage. I don't know really what's the truth. Rumors have just been floating around.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. Heard dragons are very elegant creatures when they want to be.
Of course, I'm more happy
And
for the dragon.
bloodthirsty monsters when they want to be as well.
Right, I'm more happy for the dragon than anything else. Of course, it was very barbaric the way they were keeping, in the state they were keeping it.
Truth be told, it was the first time for me seeing the dragon up close. And honestly, I did not like the way it was being treated either.
Yes. Well, I'm just concerned for the state of Estor. Things have been changing and not under my ruling, and it's been very distressing. But of course, don't concern yourselves with it. I would suggest heading on back to the Colosseum. I'm sure they're probably preparing for whatever trial or whatever task they want you to do next, of course.
Most likely. But we shall see you at some point, hopefully with a little bit of help and change for this place.
Of course. Well, I bid you adieu.
Jenny's gonna go back in the carriage.
Alright. So I assume you
I'll be
guys...
back in as well.
Alright. You guys all load back up into carriage and head on back to town. And on your way back into town, are y'all doing anything, or like are y'all
I'm just going back. Draft's just gonna go straight back to the campsite.
okay. Anything else y'all want to do, or
We fucked with the guards. Probably best we don't do anything.
true?
Nothing too loud.
Okay.
Nathan, would you like to play more cards?
Depends who we're playing with.
Yes, would anyone like to play cards? We could get a ring running.
Fine, might as well.
I don't gamble.
Alright.
Alright, so you guys play cards on the way back, and a couple of hours pass. It's getting, y'all left in the morning, so it's about mid-afternoon, but by the time y'all reach back to the campsite again, and you guys reach the campsite, and I guess unload yourselves, and they pull the carriages back into place, wherever they came from.
Job done.
Yep, simple. Simple errand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't see how that was much of a challenge.
I don't know why they call this a challenge. It was just more of this certain whatever. It's like an errand boy.
Like she said, it was an errand that they needed ran. Not really a challenge.
True.
Yeah,
It's
it was
just
simple and we got to sit most of the time. I'm happy.
I mean, we
Of
didn't
course
die.
it would be. Yeah,
just
that is true.
confused why they would have us in particular do it. For what
At this
reason?
point, I think we were just picked out random.
Last
But
promise
I don't
to
know.
you. Let's be real, we've gotten out of some really interesting scrapes.
True.
Oh yes, very interesting. We murdered one in the competition. We fought a dragon and somehow won even though we lost. And then we set free a dragon.
That one is on the down low.
Jay. Exactly, use your head.
But you will notice, like, in the camp, but the guards seem a little more,
Because if you are, that would
I
work.
should say, abundant than normal. It definitely seems like they are talking more. They have, like, clipboards and stuff out. Like, they're, like, talking and, like, not like they're planning something, but definitely a lot more action is going on within the guards. Like, usually the guards are very, like, watching over everything, kind of observing, kind of making sure, you know, everybody's doing their thing. But now they kind of seem more busy worked.
Yeah. Could I? So, are there any that are discussing what they're doing at the moment?
Yes,
From what I can tell?
there's like a group of them standing in front of like the guard tents, kind of discussing what's going on and what they're like. They just have like papers and like clip wheels out, and they're just kind of general chitter chatter of whatever they're talking about.
Could I send my familiar invisible to kind of creep over and just eavesdrop and then listen through its senses to
Sure.
what they're talking about?
Sure. So you send your familiar over and kind of takes a perch on like the edge of the tent. They don't really notice anything. And you hear them talking about, well, we're getting new management, I heard. Yeah, I don't know about the new management. Seems very odd to me. It seems like the nobles are up to something, yeah. Seem very busy in the castle right now. I don't know about this new list of stuff they're having us do for the competition. Frankly, I liked it the way it was. I don't like it changing very much, but we have to follow this new protocol, apparently. And that's really all you can gather. They keep kind of talking about the same sort of gist of things.
Okay. I couldn't type to like figure out what some of these new changes are.
You can't really tell. Like, you would have to probably read their clipboard. They're just kind of like generally discussing because they don't want to,
Okay.
be too obvious. But
Did you want to fix my hair and then put it back on properly?
Just okay, yeah. My familiar will fly a little bit closer and fly in a little bit and try to read off the clipboard.
okay. So your familiar flies a little closer. They kind of, from the vision you gather, kind of looks like the trials. You can't really make out like you can read kind of like what trials, but there's not really like what they're coming up. It's more or less just like lists of things they need to do, and the list of things they need to do is like releasing some creatures apparently, like reorganizing some things, definitely like about the teams of how they're like being organized and stuff, stuff like that. It's very suspicious that these lists would be on their clipboards.
Okay. Is there any chance that at any point one of the guards sets the clipboard down?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, I'm great at that. That is an 8.
That's an 8. You look around and see if any of the other like guards are kind of keeping to themselves more or less. You don't really see anyone like putting down clipboards or papers or anything. But if you wanted more information, you'd probably assume the guard tent would be the easiest way to look at all this information.
Right. I guess I'll kind of pop back into Arthur's senses and kind of turn to whoever's closest from our group. And, well, it's looking like and it's like he's saying this out loud. It's looking like the nobles are in a bit of a tizzy, particularly recently, and they're putting in some changes for what the guards need to be doing for the competition. I could have my familiar poke around and try and get some more information, unless you think we don't need it.
What kind of changes are you saying? Like what?
Mostly like to-do lists, tasks, chores, getting things together for the competition. The guards seem to be at odds with, confused about it, not exactly in the comfort zone. I'm thinking this could give us an edge.
If it has the guards uncomfortable about it, I think we need this information.
Yes. Yes. All right.
And how do we get this information?
Oh, my familiar is quite gifted at going unnoticed.
I'll send your familiar with more information, because the more information we have about what the hell is going on, better off we are.
Yes. Information is a valuable resource. I will have my familiar head inside the guard tent to look for like strewn about papers or
Okay.
like information.
Okay. So yeah, your familiar enters the guard tent. Upon entering, it's mostly what you would assume. It's basically got like armor and like spears and stuff kind of sprawled along like weapon racks and stuff, and of course there's like desks and maps and planning material, and also like just bunk beds of where they sleep and stuff. But make me a perception check for looking around like the desk.
11.
11. So you fly around, you find what looks to be like maps of like basically Estor, some maps of the continent, maps of other cities as well. And you see papers, but looking at the papers, they're not really specific to the competition. They're more or less about shift taking, payroll, stuff like that.
Okay. How much are these guards getting paid?
They're not getting paid fairly well.
Oof,
They're
that's rough.
making a little bit below minimum wage in terms of modern.
These
Do
poor
they-
guards, man.
Do they at least get like insurance for when we inevitably kick their ass?
I
Or
mean,
would that information not be here?
no, I mean, it is like payroll and like shift information. So as far as you can tell, they have like on-site clerics. So it's generally the same as like, copay on a doctor visit, essentially.
Okay. That's better than nothing, but still ouch. Okay, guess I'll steal some of the papers on shift information, just in case we need it.
Okay. So if your familiar touches something, does that turn invisible too, or?
Let me look at the invisibility.
I believe so. It's whatever they're carrying as well.
Any equipment that imp wears or carries is invisible with it, so yeah.
Okay.
As soon as it picks it up, it just...
Okay, so yeah, you pick up like a stack of papers on payroll and information. I guess your familiar flies back to you.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, y'all, I guess, are sitting at like a picnic table, one of the camp picnic tables, and your bird just kind of lands the papers in front of you guys.
Yeah. The papers just kind of out of nowhere onto the table. I was able to find some guard information, nothing about the competition though. But if we ever wanted to sneak out, do some team morale activities.
I'm just gonna kinda look around and I'm gonna say, where the fuck is Morda?
That's right. I have not seen Morda for a while.
The teeth lady, right?
The lady that gave me the teeth with the marijuana on the bracelet, you know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Right, Morda.
Of course,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making googly eyes at someone in the crowd. I didn't see who, but
She was waving
Yeah.
at somebody, wasn't she?
Yes. Ooh, that's some good gossip. We should do some looking around. Assuming
Yeah,
there's nothing
perhaps.
more for us to do today.
You should.
Why not?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna just kind of walk outside and look around to see if I can see anything that looks like a Morda type of place.
Okay. Morda, where are you? What are you up to?
You know where I am, Xander.
Yes.
That's where I am.
Okay. But it is the day. Are you heading back to the camp, or?
Yeah, we were supposed to.
Okay.
I was just waiting for them to be done with that until I did that.
Okay. So yeah, you are heading around, and Cicero, make a perception check for me. Cicero.
Yeah, I had to make it. I was making it on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
That's an 18.
18. You look around and you notice pretty clearly Morta kind of does stick out like a sore thumb among the townsfolk. And you see her in her black dress and Morticia Adams vibes walking down the street, and her arm linked with someone else who also looks very her vibe. Very like black clothes, black hair, very kind of pale, and yeah,
She's trying to get my camera to work.
You're good.
I gotta show you the expression on my face, and it's not working, so.
Okay, well, you don't need to show your expression. Okay.
Anyways, I'm just kind of like my head's gonna cock back and like look at her with like my eyebrows furrowed and like, what the hell's going on?
There's more to see him.
You would probably notice him as he's like staring at you through the crowd.
She's going to ignore him and keep walking towards the camp.
I'm going to follow behind because I was looking for her, the only person looking for her.
It'd be like that.
Okay. So I guess Morta walks to the camp with the rest of everybody. And you guys all look up and you see Morta walking towards you guys. In the same scene Cicero saw with a pale-looking man latched to her arm.
Oh, this is an interesting development.
Well, I thought that was normal. Serenity's with everybody. By the way.
Okay.
He kind of reminds me of you, Arthur. He's quite attractive, just like yourself.
You better back up.
I am
Morta,
extremely
you wanna
confused.
introduce us to this person that you were with?
Yes,
He's
introduce us.
capable of introducing himself.
Hi.
Nudge him.
Hi, I'm Victor.
Victor.
Oh.
Well, he isn't super bright, is he?
You want to talk?
I will have you know my intelligence is a 16.
Are you sure about that, Cicero?
Yes, I'm sure of it. That's what I rolled.
You don't need to lie to us to make yourself feel better.
I'm just kidding, Cicero.
Oh, it's alright. I get it all the time.
So, Victor,
Yes.
what do you do?
Me?
I
I'm disgusted.
I don't. I sell bones for a living.
Arthur caught it.
No bones, you
still-
say?
Bones.
Yes.
And
Oh,
you've provided your bones to Morda?
Is that young and
Yeah, he
slang?
did.
Like young and slang? Or
Fucking
So-
poor Arthur.
Oh.
He's just
Arthur-
like, why?
Arthur, just suck it up already. It's gonna happen at some point in your miserable life.
Shit. God damn.
Call him
The
out, Draft.
spice.
No, come on, guys. We don't need to fight amongst ourselves.
Damn, y'all woke
We're
up.
not fighting.
I've
Y'all,
got nothing to fight about.
y'all showed up to this session and said spice.
Right?
Violence.
The word's like, I have nothing to fight about.
Just wait till Lynxie gets here.
I'm Victor. I am in the bone business. I sell and collect. I'm also into antiquity.
He's also into Mulder.
Oh, that too.
Clearly.
Morta's very beautiful.
We won't call her pretty anymore because she uses it as an insult.
Can I roll insight on this person?
Yes.
I wanna see. Oh hell yeah! That is a natural 20 minus 1.
Okay. So yeah.
I
You
want to see how like well put together this person is.
he comes off as very he is very well dressed. He is dressed in sort of like a suit, has like a red, like kind of like fluffy collar kind of thing, very like traditional style. He has very like classic goth like clothing. Well clean. But he has very pale skin and his eyes are kind of like a kind of like a crimson or maybe like a dark red kind of color. But he's definitely comes off as very smartly dressed, I guess.
Okay. How like emotionally put together does he look?
He sounds like he doesn't know really what he's saying, but from talking to him from what Morta and everything so far, you get the hint that he seems more intelligent. He just seems to have either he has like a speech something or he just that's just the way he is.
Okay. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think you've done well for yourself, Mortal.
No idea. We have news for you guys.
You certainly make quite a pair.
We just news? What news do you have?
Moira's gonna walk over to her picnic table and be like, let's sit.
Okay.
And he sits next to you.
Do you need a cushion?
Oh no, these benches are rather comfortable.
Jesus fucking Christ with the cushion.
Either he does or I have to. What should we start with, Victor?
Oh, there's a lot of news. I assume these are your friends.
They are.
I would not say
around and
friends.
introduce
I would say
everyone.
forced acquaintances.
Associates, even.
Me.
Serenity needs no introduction. She just sits on the fucking bench. Like,
Yeah.
table part.
Like on the top part?
Yep.
Like the table part? Yes.
She already knows.
Okay, fuck introducing any of you. We'll just go straight into it.
Okay.
What should we start with, Victor?
Well, we should probably start with the obvious things of why we're together.
Or is just gonna take a breath and be like, I can't say it.
Um,
Say it.
we're engaged.
Wow, that was fast.
That makes sense.
We've been here for over a month, but yes, still fast.
Ah,
But it's the old days.
still fast.
Yeah, it is still fast.
Yes.
But I guess congratulations are in order then.
He's gonna be joking around, and I'm be like, let me guess next. You're pregnant as well.
Victor kind of just looks at Morta and goes,
Well, it's not exactly, yeah, what she
Face
said.
just drop.
No, yes, this makes sense.
Okay, this absolutely makes sense.
When you're
Sister,
betrothed
how
to
did you know
another,
that?
when you are betrothed to another, you go to the business of producing an heir.
It did move pretty quick, you're not wrong. She came into my shop, she was very pretty, and we hit things off.
At this point, Travis just go look at the. Who's the drunk again? I keep forgetting.
Oh, I wasn't drunk. I was completely
Oh
sober.
no, who's the drunk guy?
Right?
Revoir.
Lord,
Reader,
I think I'm gonna start drinking with you now.
Nothing from the geek section?
Hmm?
I think you fell out of the wagon into a gutter.
Oh,
God damn it.
but yeah, you guys are talking with Victor. Apparently, Morta is engaged and pregnant now, so that's cool.
Yes.
Neat.
Ew.
Uh,
Well, congratulations then.
Oh, thank
I
you.
appreciate it, but there's more.
There is, in fact, more
There's
news.
even more.
A little more. I
Yes.
wouldn't say more serious, but more intense.
Yes. You may want to have a couple drinks, before I tell you this, but
She's going to pass her, like, have a fucking rolling tray of joints. Like, if you want one, take 2.
At this point, Travis is gonna take 3.
Yeah, he's just like, I need it. I'm ready.
he
I want to one up 4.
Victor kind of lowers his voice a little bit as he looks around to kind of make sure like the guards aren't really like listening, and he goes,
Or is gonna motion for them to like lean in to hear better, like get closer.
he goes,
well, you all know about the competition, right?
Yes.
Vaguely.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have to tell you, the competition is not all what you think it is. It's very quite a, people enter the competition and rarely leave alive, and if you do leave alive, you're disqualified somewhere along the lines. No one is actually guaranteed to win, per se.
So, all this
Your
for no
dispatch?
money.
It's pretty much population control.
Ah,
Oh.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
that's
our session is like
genius.
the Hunger
I
Games.
hate-
You
so
are
at what point do
no
they stop
nothing,
giving us money?
no nothing when you die, or they find a reason to randomly kick you out because they don't want you to proceed any higher.
Well-
Okay.
You still get the
Another reason to
funds.
hate royals.
You still get
That's
the
what I'm
money.
here for.
Money's good.
You still
Oh,
get
so,
the money
like-
from it, although if they do kick you out, it's you keep that, but if you die in the process, well, obviously you don't get to keep it.
And be like, me and Victor were lucky enough to be able to speak to nobles, so that's how we found this information out.
Oh. Interesting.
What was
Yes.
interesting was the little announcer friend behind you was there.
yes, and you do see the guy who kind of does the announcements is kind of like observing everyone. He's kind of
Or it's
doing,
gonna think or wave at him.
he kind of just side eyes you. And he's just
Fuck
kind
that
of
guy.
standing there, like, observing, like, fidgeting with his, like, pen. As he, like, continues to write stuff down.
I'm gonna look at the announcer guy and I'm gonna be like, well, he looks rather irritable.
Fuck him.
I would rather not. He's not my type.
Besides what Cicero said, should we, I don't know, get rid of him permanently?
Well, I feel like that's just giving them even more of a reason to kick us out before any of us can get a good reward.
You do
But
see...
we're gonna die.
You do see the announcer guy look at Morta, look at Victor, and look at all of you. He walks over to the guards that were in front of the tent. And you see him kind of like whisper something to them and walk away as he continues to kind of just watch the entire like picnic table area and write something down. And then he goes to the supply tents and kind of like starts inspecting like barrels and stuff.
Why am I getting a bad feeling about this now?
I'm going.
Is there anything else, Victor?
Oh, also, because of my family and where I'm from, actually, I might be next in line for the throne of Estor.
What?
Come
Yes.
again?
My mother married into the Estor family, and by blood, therefore, I am next in line for the throne, or at least living besides Lyrie. But I was technically signed first because of my mother, so technically I'm in line. Lyrie would still be Princess Lyrie and next after me, apparently. But they didn't know this, or they didn't want to know this.
Oh. So does that make you a princess, Morda?
Me queen.
Arthur, why do I get a bad feeling that the entire kingdom is about to get fucked in the ass?
I have the feeling that
There's
it's
no
about
lube
to come under
around.
new management, and we are friends of the new management.
Yes, yes. All hail to the future king and queen. May they have bones in their vaults.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations. This is wonderful news.
I'm gonna kind of be like, does that give me permission to do something like this? And I'm gonna wiggle my fingers around and cast Mage Hand and send the Mage Hand into the tent where the announcer went and give him a wedgie.
He didn't. He's kind of standing outside of one of the supply tents. The supply tents, you
Okay,
can't really
well-
go in. They're kind of just an
I'm-
awning.
I'm sending that Mage Hand to him and I'm giving him a wedgie.
Oh my god.
Okay. Make a strength check. Wait, Mage Hand, you can lift up to 10 pounds. So I assume it just works.
Okay, so I'm just lifting the underwear. It works, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you give him a wedgie, sure. And he kind of shrieks in pain, and he kind of looks behind him. And I think Mage Hand is invisible, but he doesn't really know where it came from, and he's kind of very confused now. And he's also pissed.
Well done, Cicero.
What the fuck? Morta's gonna roll her eyes and be like, can you act like an adult for 5 minutes?
Well, I am simply chaotic energy. That doesn't happen all the time. Come on.
I beg to differ.
Morta, you knew us for a good while now, and you should know you're not capable of rational thought.
Unfortunate.
You see out from like the corner like a couple like guards, and these are more like city guards. These aren't just like normal like the ones you see all the time around here. These are like actual city guards, and they kind of walk out and walk over towards y'all's picnic table. And
What can we do for you guards?
I'm gonna make sure my familiar's on my shoulder because I have a feeling shit's about to go down.
okay, they stand there and they come over and go, as we suspected, you all come with us.
Can I ask why?
You are under suspicion.
What?
We have received notice that you might be sabotaging the trials.
In what way, you jackass?
Victor stands up and goes,
Well, indeed, they're friends of mine. I'm sure you've heard by now, but there's new management in order.
they kind of look at each other,
Stand up next to him.
and they just kind of look at each other and kind of look at him.
Yes, my friends here. Technically, if some of them didn't sign the contract, they're not bound to stay here. I don't know what you're on about. You're dismissed.
And he sits back down. And the guards just kind of look at each other, confused, and they just kind of walk away awkwardly.
That's what I thought.
I'm going to say that those were the most spineless gods I ever met in my life.
I mean, for them, it's basically if they fight against the ruler, they get fired.
Yes.
Victor, you are quite a charismatic one, aren't you?
I try my best.
Morta's gonna fucking death glare Cicero.
I wasn't flirting with him. I was simply giving him a compliment.
Sir, you are Cicero, sir.
He wants to die.
Would you care for a cushion?
Listen. I don't need a cushion. But thank you. I do appreciate it. However, I think it's probably in my best interest to stop complimenting you.
Oh. Okay.
What's the cushion thing?
I don't know.
I, for one, am extremely confused.
Oh
The
no.
same here.
Would any of you care for a cushion? I knit them myself.
Oh,
Sure.
You get a pillow for my little hammock.
Yes.
And he has like a little satchel and he starts pulling out like cushions and he goes,
I make these in my free time. They're quite comfy.
Just out of curiosity, Victor, what are you? You have red eyes.
Oh, I'm a Damphir.
Oh my gosh.
oh, that makes sense given the aesthetic. It's all coming together now.
Well,
Is it?
I have to ask, how many of you have actually signed the paperwork to participate?
I
never actually signed mine. I had this wannabe royal do it for me.
It's a work.
The one who fucking pissed on it.
I didn't use a pen if that counts.
Well, by
I have
technic...
other more purposeful contracts that are more binding than it, so I think I should be fine.
Alright.
I'm just here for gold. I just signed it to get some gold.
Of course. Well, of course, if you want to still compete in the competition, that's by all means your choice. Or I can excuse you all from the competition and you don't have to compete at all. It's really up to you.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
If we're dismissed from the competition, are you able to grant noble titles? So I have a question. So are you currently the acting king? Or are you next in line?
Currently, I am acting. Of course, the other nobles are very protestful of my taking of the place.
Oh, brilliant. Could you give me a noble title?
Of course.
Please call him Sir Jackass.
No.
Can I be
Lord Arthur sounds brilliant.
Can I be returned my noble title with Estor as I've lost it many years ago?
Well, of course I have to look over all the paperwork. I can't just say yes, but I can see what I can do.
Alright. Oh, this is brilliant.
I don't know why he should do anything when we aren't friends, like little Draft said. We're just acquaintances.
I never said that. You are my friend. Draft is not.
Whatever.
Draft's a little rough around the edges, but he puts work in, and I believe that deserves some respect.
I don't know
I
any of
think
you
you
too
piss
well.
out.
I don't want any favors.
Well, of course, it's up to you if you wish to compete still in the competition. Of course, everything that was promised of gold and such will be still granted, but the promise of death definitely will not be a thing much anymore, so it might be a little bit better. Although, if you do wish to just excuse yourselves from the competition entirely.
I forget how much gold we were supposed to get at the end of this.
Well, of course, if you make it all the way through the tiers, you win about 2,000 gold. Maybe more.
Yeah. Okay, I'm staying in.
It's worth it. And if there's a chance to earn that noble position, then that would look better for my mother. Yeah, I think I'll stay in.
Of course, with you guys in the running,
I think I'll stay in as well.
I would be actually giving out titles this time. So, you're not competing for nothing anymore.
Brilliant.
I don't know about any of y'all, but I am actually friends with Morta. Since
She
you're...
gave me a weed bracelet, that's all I know, so I would like to consider myself friends with her, but I don't know, Drop seems to think otherwise, and you know what, I very much don't like Drop right now.
I don't like men.
Well, that's fair, but I could be friends with Victor.
I'm sorry that I come off rough around the edges for you people. It's just how I was raised.
I mean, you're a dwarf. Of course you're rough around the edges. You literally live in mountains.
Right.
I
That
think,
doesn't matter.
yeah, I think the competition would be an excellent time to gauge just how much of friends we can become. As they say, through struggle, connections are made. So we might, by the end of this, all be friends and all have earned all of the favors that we want.
On your laptop.
Okay, fine. I guess I should take it.
I have a feeling that Morta won't be in the competition anymore.
Why would I compete for noble when I'm marrying into it?
Because it's a chance to collect more organs.
More bones.
I can do that enough where I am.
I don't think a cat can be a noble.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I heard of this one town. They elected a cat as a mayor. Quite impressive,
Really?
actually. Yes.
Did you for
Wait, that is interesting. Was it like a Serenity or just a regular cat?
Oh, it wasn't even talking cat. It was a normal cat, and all of the peasants decided that was better leadership than they currently had. So they established the cat as their mayor. So I don't see why not a cat.
Right. Of course, with the competition, I want to make it more way it originally was. More like, you beat an enemy, you win kind of thing. More, less barbaric and less death.
True.
At least it will make our job easier.
Yes, that would.
The point is to make it fair. Of course, I suspect the next trial will be beginning soon. So I will leave you all to prepare.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you manage
ever
to fix
get
those
big
cat-sized
and-
holes in your doors?
Oh, I did. It wasn't hard. Some of them were quite placed well, so I left them. They were adorable.
Okay. Good to know. Sorry for making so many cat-sized holes in your doors, so I was looking for more. You never know.
Of course.
So, is Morta gonna follow Victor, or...
Yeah.
Okay. So are you gonna take place in the thing, or are you gonna kind of sit on the sidelines with him?
I'll probably sit on the sidelines.
Okay. So yeah, you and him kind of head up to where, like, the nobles, like, I guess, VIP spots are in the crowd. And yeah, if you're going with him, if you're not going to, any of y'all are welcome to do that as well. So it's not necessarily just a Morta Victor thing, but yeah, so the announcer guy comes out and announces, like, the next competition to be had, which will be beginning soon. So you guys have time to prepare between then. So you have about an hour before it starts, before you guys have to head out onto the Coliseum floor.
Alright.
So is there anything y'all are wanting to do?
Draft is just gonna try make a new invention, just see if they can give him and his team a leg up in the next competition.
Okay.
I think Serenity's just gonna continue to sit on Morta's lap.
Okay.
Morta's just better. And she's gonna talk to Victor and remind him that they need to figure out about those 2 items she was praying about.
Yes.
Arthur's going to study the god shifts to look at when a good time would be at nighttime, where they are switching shifts, so that the whole group can go out drinking.
Okay.
Just because he doesn't want them to watch us and then try and spy on it.
Okay, there seems to
'Cause I
be
know
a...
we're allowed to, right?
Yeah, you're allowed to, like, walk in and out of the campsite
But I don't
at
want
any
them
time.
to see us leaving because they're gonna be nosy little assholes about it.
Right. So, you're trying to sneak off the campsite to go do what?
Just like team morale shit, like, let's all sneak off to the pool party shit.
Okay.
Literally,
There...
teenager shit.
Okay, there looks to be a shift change about maybe 8 p.m. towards the evening when they shift change for the night crew to come in and kind of watch over everything, and the day crew kind of get off.
Okay, the first person Arthur's gonna tell about this is gonna be Cicero.
Okay.
Just,
Sorry, what were you telling me, Zervin? Sorry.
There appears to be a gap in the guard's shift at about 8 p.m. if we wanted to get the gang up to any trouble at that point without raising attention.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
Go out for a drink, cause some trouble here, drink here, since they have plenty of booze here, evidently, that has now been poisoned.
Yeah, I won't be touching the ale.
Not for a good while, at least.
Okay.
Draft, are you up for some trouble?
Fuck it, why not?
Tonight at 8 then.
All right.
Right.
So you guys line up as per usual when you go out for the trials, and the big like gates open with Brax leading the charge on the moose, and you guys run out onto the field, and everyone, the crowd is screaming like "Orange Team" and things as you guys enter through, and the announcer steps up and he goes, "Welcome, Orange Team, to the field. Under the new task that we've been given, tonight will be a trial against what looks to be a giant snake, which is quite interesting, considering we had something else planned, but we're doing a snake. I'm
going to give the crowd a classy bow.
Okay. The crowd kind of cheers.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
Arthur's
everything.
also in on that shit.
Yeah, like this is just a pure like ego fuel moment.
Yeah.
And
They love us.
just like Queen wave. But yeah, you guys all enter the battlefield or the Coliseum. Let me switch over that on roll 20 real quick. There we go. Okay. So yeah, you guys all enter, except Morta will be up here, but yeah. And you guys are fighting, basically, yeah, what he said, a giant snake, and as, like, they open the gates on, like, this end, a big, like, kind of slithery looking corn snake kind of pattern, kind of sprawls out onto the battlefield. Very creepily.
That is
Sandra, wasn't Serenity on my lap?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta find... I thought I had a snake. I don't have a snake, but let me... I gotta find what looks like a snake, at least.
Nathan's rather excited because he finally gets to fight a monster for once.
Yes.
Yeah, none of the moral complications of fighting humans or other humanoids. People,
Or
let's call it.
dragons.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't find a snake, so this is a snake now. There we go. Giant snake.
Oh god, the snake has a gun!
No!
What are we going to do? The snake has a gun.
It has a gun.
Kill the snake. I want to take its gun and take it apart and see how it works.
Mm-hmm.
It's canon now. The snake has a gun.
But yeah, the snake kind of slithers out and kind of like slithers its head up and like looks down at you all, and you can see it's like slit eyes. And we can keep the same initiative unless you guys aren't happy with your initiative. But yeah,
I would like to re-roll my initiative.
okay,
I'm gonna keep mine.
okay. If you wish to re-roll, you can do that.
Okay.
I'll re-roll out of fairness.
I rolled a nat 1 last initiative.
I immediately regret rolling out of fairness. That's going to be a 5 with a natural 1.
Woo!
my initiative.
Finally, someone else. That was literally me last time. And now I have a 23.
Okay.
We've traded places, it would seem.
Have fun with the
Do
spot.
I have to re-roll too, huh? Or am I still in Morta's lap?
Oh. I'm
You're
gonna
still in my
re-roll
lap,
mine.
Vampy.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I'm sitting on Morta's lap. I'm chilling.
Yep. So move from Serenity forward to Xander.
I re-rolled my initiative. It is
Only Daisy.
14 plus 1.
Okay.
That
Xander.
is a 15.
What?
Xander. You gotta move Serenity to Morta because she's on her lap.
Okay. Okay, so 15 for draft.
The good thing too, I just dropped all my dice.
Okay. Cicero got 17. Okay, so that works. I don't think I'm missing anybody. Who's participating in this fight? Serving, Jason, Serenity, Draft, Darling, Nathan, Gig. Okay. Think I got everyone.
Wait, I
Serenity's not
thought,
participating. She's in Morta's
Yeah,
lap.
I know. I'm moving her. Don't worry. Okay. Let me take one down. Okay,
No, you put her in the initiative tracker and she's not in it.
that's right.
She's
I have-
participating from the sidelines.
Yes, I have a lot of people.
She's meowing.
On their turn in initiative, they just meow.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. That distracts the snake.
And Brax, I assume, will join you guys because she's not here. So. So yeah, the ones who want to fight will be fighting. But yeah, you guys are all like out on the battlefield. And there's a giant snake. How fun.
With the gun.
With a gun. Except it doesn't have a gun, but
Snake with a gun.
snake with a gun.
I cast a bullet.
I mean, if y'all want it to have a gun, it can have a gun.
Please no.
no,
She's
thank
not
you.
using the gun out of respect.
Yes.
Oh, it's just instead of fangs, it's 2 guns.
The gun snake.
And if it bites you, it sets them off, and so like.
Sure.
Better
That
poison
was just a
damage,
crazy
bullet
effect.
damage.
You're right. But Arthur, or Zervin, you're up first.
Cool. That's nice.
There's a giant snack boy.
These are still like 60-foot squares, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
This is
so I
basically the size of a football field.
Yeah, I'll move like 1 space up, I guess.
Okay.
Or no, they're like, yeah, or whatever. They're whatever, or they're 40 foot or whatever. I forget exactly what the measurements were.
Right.
Let me run a little measurement real quick. 120. That is perfect. I will cast. Look it. I'll cast Fireball on it.
Okay.
Just open this up with a boom.
All right.
I need a Dexterity saving throw from it.
Sure. That is a 12.
It fails, and it takes 21 fire damage.
Okay. 21 fire
And-
damage.
That is my turn.
All right. Moving on down the initiative, we have Cicero or Jason.
I'm going to cast Fireball as well.
Okay.
Just seeing often do that made me want to compete a little bit.
Okay.
See if I get more damage.
Oh, I gotta
so
put
make
this.
a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I gotta put the snake on there. I was rolled kind of low.
Snake isn't even on the board. It is not moving.
Snake is 7.
Hey.
You fail.
Wait, hold on.
No, that was
for the initiative. Let me roll for the save real quick. That's a 14.
Oh, you pass, but you still take half damage.
Okay.
That's 8d6.
Yeah.
So you take half of 34.
17.
Yeah.
17. Good to know. All right.
2 more damage, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, that does that damage. Next up, we have Draff or Coda.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna move draft just square over since I cannot really attack it at this range still.
True.
So I'm just gonna move him and call that my turn.
Okay. All right, then next up we have the Snacky Boy. Sneaky little sneaky snack. He is actually going to move forward a couple blocks, kind of just look at you all, give you kind of the dead eye, and he is going to try to, let's see, can he do that? He's going to try to bite. Let me see how far away that is. Yeah, he's going to try to bite, but needs to move closer. I think that's enough feet. Hold on. He went from, like, there. Okay, he can move a little bit more, I suppose. But yeah, he's going to try to bite at you guys. And he's going to try to bite onto... Let me roll this real quick. We have how many people participating? Let me see. What dice? 2, 3, 5. 5. So I need this. He's going to try to go after Nathan, actually.
Boy.
Oh boy. So I need you to make a Constitution save, please.
A Constitution save.
Yes.
He just bites. Gotcha. That is gonna be a 19.
That does pass. So, you see. Nope, that didn't roll. That bounced on my desk. Where the fuck did the dice go? Do. I have to get another die. So that's. So that's going to be. Actually, let me do this.
Did you want me to do anything for you?
What is half of that?
You want me to at least put food away when you're done?
So you take 6 piercing damage.
Just 6, you say?
Yes. Alright, and that is going to be Snake's turn. So, Nathan, it is your turn with Spencer.
Oh boy. Am I ready? Yep. Very excited I get to hunt a monster. I kind of reach into my coat, and I flip my cane out into the whip, and I'm gonna chuck a fucking boomerang at it. I'm gonna run at it and hit it with the whip.
All right.
Hit him with the boomerang. I'll make 2 attacks, but I'll move up here. The boomerang gonna be a non-natural 20.
Okay.
And the whip is going to be a 17.
Both of those hit.
Oh boy. Roll some damage.
Dabalooge.
Dab on him.
Dab the balooge.
That is just going to be a straight 20 bludgeoning damage to the fella.
All right. Awesome.
My turn. Defense the duelist it out.
Nice. All right. Last but not least, it is Gig with Rivor. Gig? You there?
Gig.
Gig, you there?
Oh, Gig.
I think he's either AFK, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, you're up on initiative, by the way.
Okay.
You are attacking a giant snack.
A giant snake.
Yes.
Okay. How far? Wait.
You're right here.
Alright. I can only move 40? I think it is. 40 feet? Yeah.
Okay.
So, just one. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 1 foot.
Okay.
Alright, and how? Well, I guess I'm gonna do my turn because I have to be within 5 feet to use my unarmed strike.
Okay.
That's gonna be my turn.
Okay. Awesome. So we'll move back up.
Fools do not know of the boomerangs.
I know. So we'll move back up to Zervin.
I built the boomerangs. I will usurp with the boomerangs.
All the booms with the rings.
With the rings.
The ring of the booms.
Cool. How tall is this thing?
He pretty big. He is a large-sized creature.
Okay. Not enough that it would be 30 feet between its head and it.
Probably not.
Or 20 feet, my bad. In any case, I'm gonna just... Arthur's going to move, I guess, back a bit. Seeing that it can cover a lot of ground and attack very far.
Okay.
It's going to just move back and cast Fireball on it again, focusing more so on the area, like, behind it.
Okay.
So that it only splashes onto it instead of my friends.
Okay. So you're gonna
And-
aim, like, behind it, like right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
All I need is it's a 20-foot radius, so it shouldn't be too
Right.
hard to do. And I need another dex saving throw, please.
Yes. Coming right up. I gotta find where
We
that...
have taken the most effective piercing formation for combat.
Right. That's a 14.
It fails.
Okay.
So it takes 27 fire damage.
Okay. Awesome.
And that will be Arthur's turn.
All right.
This formation has been perfected over the years. It's very
It
good at
has.
penetrating enemy lines.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on down, we have Cicero with Jason.
You said this thing is pretty high up off the ground.
I mean, it's standing up like how a snake stands up. It's kind of like got its head like raised and it's like looking down at you guys.
Alright, I'm going to cast Fireball, but I'm going to aim it up at its head so that it goes over everybody. It just creates like a bright light and expands around the snake's torso just enough so nobody gets hit.
Okay.
So I'm going to cast Fireball. You need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Of course. That fails. That was a 3.
Okay. And that is 32 damage.
Nice. Alright. You cast this fireball on its head, and you see like splintering of scales and such kind of fly off of it, and it kind of winces in pain a little bit. He's looking a little damaged, but still there a little bit. Okay. Moving on down initiative, we have Draft. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move a little closer to it.
Okay.
Let me just see.
Formation.
Jason.
All the formation.
We've lost a lot
And
of
I'm
penetrating
gonna
power.
cast a flaming sphere on that, and you gotta make a dex saving throw.
Okay. That's a natural 20 plus 3, so 23.
Okay. It'll still take like I believe
It'll take half damage.
yeah, so I roll. That is a 5.
Okay.
And I still roll for a second d6.
Yes, however much it says to roll for your damage.
And then you have to
And
number.
5.
Okay.
So 10 half to 5.
So, yeah, 10, yeah, that would be 5. So that's 5 damage.
5 damage.
Not a lot, but it's damage. And every drop in the button counts. So it is the Snicky Snack's turn. Snicky Snack. The snack is going to open its mouth, and you see like it has like kind of like what looks to be, I don't know, snake anatomy, but it spews like what looks to be acid at you guys.
Snake acid, of course.
Yes, snake acid. And you guys, let me see. What is the range on that? Do. Okay, so yeah. I need Nathan, Revor, and Draft to make me a dexterity saving throw for me. A dex save, I do say. Dare I say a dex save?
Okay, I got a natural 20 plus 1.
Okay.
I did that on D&D Beyond.
Okay. So, Draft got a 21, Nathan got a 21, Revor, you got what?
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay, so everyone but Revor passes. So, the damage on that, the damage, that is 13 damage total. So, halved for Draft and Nathan, full damage for Revor.
How much damage?
13. Wait. 5. Wait. That's 10. Yeah, 13.
That's half damage?
Yes, half damage for you and Nathan. So, half of 13 is... Sorry, math is hard, guys.
7?
I think it would be 7 divided by 2. That would be technically... Yeah, we'll round it up, so 7.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys take 7 damage, Revor, you take 13. And that will be the Snicky Snack's turn. Moving on down initiative, we have Nathan. Spencer, you are up.
Okay.
Good sir.
I thought he was gonna, attack me, but here I am with all these saves, so I'm gonna have to punch him. It is.
Resort to the 0-1-2.
Because he can't make me do fucking saves if he's on the ground unconscious.
Right.
So I am going to do a flurry of blows.
All right.
Plus my additional attack and such for 4 attacks.
All right.
That is a natural 1, a natural 20, a 13, and a 17. It's quite
Okay.
the spread.
Okay, so what was...
So, starting lowest, going lowest to highest, we have a natural 1, we have a 13, we have a 17, and a natural 20. So
Okay.
27.
The 1 and the 13 hit. Or, no. The 1 and 13 do not hit. Excuse me. The rest do.
Okay. That'll be 2 hits. One with double dice then. Oof. Rolling high on those as well.
Good night, Sam. Thank you for coming by. Thank you, Big Arg. I appreciate it. How are you?
That will be 25 bludgeoning damage.
25. Okay, so
Kind of lay into him with the whip.
you do. You kind of just start whipping and whipping at him, and you start taking off, like, scales and some, skin, and you start whipping him down to, like, the, meat, basically. He's holding on.
Making a nice little raw spot. A
Yes.
weak point, if you would.
Yes. Just making a nice little patch there. And is that all you wish to do?
That is all I can do.
Cool. So
Actually, I might take a slide to the left here so that people can get in a little bit easier.
okay. Then moving on down, we have Revor with Gig.
Alright, let's see. I'm gonna move up to another 10 feet,
Okay.
and I'm gonna finally hit it with an unarmed strike.
All right.
So I roll hit first, then damage, right?
Correct.
Alright, so rolling for the hit. 25. There's
That definitely hits.
yeah. And damage is 10.
10. Have a question. How do you want to kill it?
Oh, here we go. I'm just gonna German suplex the daggone thing, which means basically wrap my arms around it and slam it behind.
Okay. It's a giant snake. It's kind of hard to lift up. But
Fine. Then we'll just go the freaking same way every other thing I've killed goes.
okay. So, yeah, you just start punching into it and, like, laying into it. And you punch right into that soft spot that Nathan kind of opened up. And your arm just kind of goes through it. And you can feel, like, come out the top of, like, the snake's back. And it's just kind of like one of those epic anime moments where it's just like, voof, voof. Just like blood, everything. But yeah, Snake winces in pain and just kind of curls up on the ground. Snake dead. Snake did death.
I should say Snake got lucky because I have one more attack left.
Snake did death.
Dang, is it over already?
Yeah.
I wanted a couple more hits in it.
The dragon was
Maybe
more
his
entertaining.
competition too soft.
Hey, whatever. You move up.
Indeed.
Arthur's gonna. Is initiative dropped?
Yes, y'all are out of initiative now.
Like,
Arthur
it's
wants
a
to
zombie
get a
gun
blow.
snake, and it's actually gonna use the gun this time.
Turns out it's actually an alien. No.
In a spurt of
yeah.
adrenaline.
Why am I hearing boss music?
Why is there suddenly intense boss music? I thought it was over.
Jason was trying to talk.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
In a spurt of adrenaline, I'm gonna reach over and I'm gonna smack Arthur's ass, not realizing what I'm doing.
Arthur takes 10 points of emotional damage.
Emotional down.
Damage.
Ouch. I'm gonna give you like a little bit of a weird look, but then kind of just accept it and move on. And Arthur would like to take a fang out of this thing.
Okay.
Kraft would like to take a fang as well.
Okay. So yeah, you guys cut out the fangs and take them with you, sure.
Nathan will comment on their method of extraction. No, you don't want to pull like that. You want to twist and pull, like a human tooth. It gets the most tooth out.
I'll do what I want.
I think you've been spending a little too much time around Mordor.
No, this is my business. I hunt these things. Well, I used to hunt these things, and then I would take the parts and sell them. Trust me, the shopkeepers want more tooth.
My main concern is the comparison to human teeth, but yes. This is for the sake of money.
I mean, you never had a rotten tooth on the road and you had to remove it?
Unlike some...
I'm missing like 3 that way. How do you think you get to be my age?
I'm gonna take some of this thing's scales.
There we go, smart boy.
You get to your age by being better than other people who would die at a younger age.
But yeah.
Yeah, and I was better. I removed my own teeth.
Okay,
Terribly unhygienic.
Arthur, should we just ignore this old fool?
I don't know, he has some points, but other ones are less savory.
Just trying to get you guys some money is all.
Fine. I'll take some. I'll take skills as well.
Nathan, if I'm correct, this thing shot some sort of spray at you?
Way ahead of you, and I'm taking out a knife and I'm gonna go for that acid sack.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Should I make a check for that, or just I have an acid sack?
Make survival, I guess.
A survival check, absolutely. That is going to be a non-natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of know where it's located. You've probably extracted a ton of these things in the past, and you kind of just dig your knife in, kind of scrape it out. It comes out and as a whole. You have your nice little acid sack there.
Make a little bit of string, tie it off.
Yeah.
Put it in my duffel bag of containing.
Okay.
Is it magical, or is it just a duffel bag that contains things?
It is a very, very poor bag of holding.
Brilliant.
I presume there are stats for lesser bags of holding. Let me find it real quick.
Yeah.
Tell you the stats on it.
I just enjoy the concept of a duffel bag of containment.
I mean, it's a bigger mouth, but you can't hold as much.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like a little bit uncomfortable to carry for long periods of time because that shoulder strap.
Ah. Volume said up.
Here we go. The pouch can hold up to 8 cubic feet or 80 pounds of material. The pack always weighs 5 pounds regardless of contents.
Oh, that's helpful.
It's handy.
Yeah. For reference, the bag of holding it can hold up to 500 pounds and hold a volume of 64 cubic feet.
Okay.
And the bag always weighs 15 pounds.
Okay. But yeah, you guys all finish your thing there. And
I will try and carve out like a snake bone and throw it to Morta.
Okay.
Crowd.
Okay. Yeah.
Morta's gonna walk down to the Coliseum from the crowd.
Oh yeah, I throw
She's gonna
the
bring
bone,
Victor
but it
with
goes
her.
absolutely nowhere. There it is.
Brax is
But yeah,
just
she's
gonna tag
walk
along.
down. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a snake. You watch the whole scene of them killing it.
Yeah.
It was quite dramatic.
She's gonna say, "Well done."
Travis is gonna say this kind of almost like mockingly. Thank you, Your Highness, and does a.
Are we still?
She'd be like, "Please don't call me that. Please call me Morta. That's gross."
Are we still in the arena?
Yes.
Sorry, I lost track.
Yes.
The crowd is. Yeah, the crowd is going wild. They just witnessed a snake getting killed, some fireballs, you know, some spells being thrown. Quite the show. Quite the show. Quite the show. Yes.
Why did you leave? Oh.
I gave it to.
But yeah, she's gonna say, "Well done," and she's just gonna hand each of them 10 gold.
Okay.
And gold, you say, yeah, I'll accept.
A little something extra
Yeah.
from just me, not the guards.
I'm going to give the crowd a gracious bow in every direction.
Okay, you do. You kind of like go out to the middle and you just start bowing, and the crowd just starts cheering. They don't really know your name yet, but you just killed a giant snake. They're happy. They got to see something die.
Morta's gonna invite them back to Victor's house for like a drink.
Okay,
Fuck, I'm dying. I'm sorry.
you're good. You're good. Just
Why I would love to. Okay.
there we go. All right. But yeah, Victor goes,
Well, I suppose we should have a victorious drink after this. That was quite a show. You guys are very capable fighters.
Fun job for a little bit of time.
Oh. You used to fight things like this.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Victor.
Well, I have my mansion. It's on the inners of town, so we can head over there. If you would all like, I would like to treat you to a drink. I also have my proposal for you all.
Oh, but you're taken, aren't you?
Oh, no, not that kind of
Flatter
proposal.
yourself.
Oh, yes, I know. I believe I've stated that I have no interest at this moment.
Not that kind of proposal. Something
You'll
that...
have some interest soon. Don't worry about it.
but yeah,
That feels like a threat.
But Victor kind of, with Morta in his arm, they kind of, as you're talking, lead over to his mansion, which is kind of in more of the, like, fancier inner district, which is the trade district's over here, which is kind of where y'all did your shopping and stuff. The more, like, ritzy areas over here. So he kind of leads you over there, and there's kind of what looks to be like a little, like, shop. It's not really a shop, per se, but it's kind of like a little just house. Kind of quaint. And you guys all enter, and you see what looks to be kind of a Victorian-esque area with, like, a rug and, like, stairs that kind of lead up. And then there's, like, 2 doors to the side and, like, a counter at the front. You probably assume this is where he does his, like, you know, antiquiting and bone deals and stuff. And he leads you guys, opens a door, which opens to, like, a foyer that has stairs that kind of lead down, and leads you guys down into kind of like a big, like, gigantic, like, mansion hallway. Like, this is like a big underground area, and it's just a house.
As we're entering this dungeon beneath the ground,
It's not really a dungeon. It's more like an underground mansion, but okay.
I know it's not a dungeon, but what I'm saying is, it's a joke. But I'm gonna be like, so I don't take it you're very social, Victor, are you?
No. I prefer to keep to myself. A lot of people find it odd interacting with me. I don't really like the social life much.
Morta's gonna chime in and be like, they think he wants to eat them.
Yes. But I don't want to eat them. I never want to eat anybody, actually.
I take offense.
Well, water is an exception, but
God, I hate it. Why did I do that?
I'm sure you just love it when she's on her period, don't you?
Ugh.
I prefer not to discuss those things in public.
I want to vomit.
But he leads you guys to the lounge, and the lounge is quite nice. Has like a couple couches and a nice like big fireplace. Traditional, again, kind of medieval Victorian, I guess. Best way to explain it. Very dark. He's a damn fear, so naturally there's fancy stuff around. This guy is probably rich as fuck.
Who would have guessed?
I'm going to be like, so what is your oldest item here?
Oh, are you into antiquiting as well?
I do have a slight interest, but I don't know much about it.
Oh, my oldest item, actually, is a vase. I received it about, couple thousand years ago from a very wealthy young man. He was not really selling it, but he was looking for a collector to take it off his hands. Apparently it was owned by a god, legend has. I'm not sure what god, not really religious. But, of course, it's meant to hold some sort of great power or some sort of thing. It's actually just a very pretty decoration. I don't think it actually has any power to it at all, to be honest. But it looks very pretty. I have it on display in my art room.
Do you have any
Victor,
powers of your
how
own?
much is it?
Oh, I've been
How
told
much
it's...
will it go for?
It would go for quite a high price, but I'm more of a collector than I am a seller. It makes a very good art piece, has some great designs on it. Very ancient. That's one of my most notable things in my collection, along with some very priceless paintings. But like I said, I like to collect them more than I like to sell them. They're just for enjoyment, I suppose. More of a museum. But allow me to offer you guys a drink.
And he kind of goes over to like a cabinet that kind of has like a bar kind of area in the wall. And it kind of has like two doors, and he opens the doors and kind of pulls out what looks to be, I don't know what they're called, but it's like the crystal glass that has like whiskey in it. And he pulls out a couple glasses for everyone and sits them on the coffee table and starts pouring like glasses of whiskey and passes them around.
Might just be for wine, but I think it's called a decanter.
It is a
Yeah.
decanter. Yeah.
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 You wouldn't happen to have strong wine sweet on the taste?
Oh, I do actually have a very fine collection of wine. I actually have a wine cellar here, but in my cabinet here I actually do have reds, whites. I have some rosés. Anything you're interested in?
I do like a nice white wine.
Oh, any selections I have from a Chardonnay to sort of a more dry.
Chardonnay would do fantastically, thank you.
Yes, my Chardonnay
Do you
tins.
happen to have any dwarven ale?
Unfortunately, I don't have any ale. I wish I did. Ale tends to go bad after a while, but I do have whiskey, and I do have some more flavorful whiskeys.
Just give me the strongest you got.
Okay.
For thinking, not drinking.
I have some elven whiskey.
Morta's gonna roll her eyes and be like, imagine being picky when it's free.
Hey.
My apologies, I was just... I'm not much of a whiskey drinker, and I didn't want to be rude and not drink the drink he presented.
I'm not drinking.
But you have other reasons that you're not drinking.
When have
Yes,
you seen me
obvious
drink
reasons.
prior to pregnancy, though?
That is true, that is true. I do know that you have not drank.
It's not rude. If you don't want to drink, don't drink. We can smoke.
You're also a holy lady, so
I just don't care to get drunk, holy or not.
and I respect that.
You
but
don't know too much about me.
I really don't. So nothing like a few drinks and a few smokes. to help
They're
break the ice.
learn each other's life stories, get fucking real drunk, and be like, so when I was 5.
When I was 5, I kissed my cat. Everyone teased me, and I cried.
So just for story's sake, let's say the only time that I remember the figure I met up with that made the noise in my ears is when I'm drunk or high.
Okay.
Arthur's also going to go for the wine.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
much fun.
Florida will go get the wine while he's getting the whiskey and shit.
Okay. He pours it and he goes,
I really don't mind serving you guys. Any friend of Morda's is a friend of mine.
and he kind of brings a serving tray and sits it down on the coffee table with everyone's selections.
You wouldn't happen to have something to cool this down, would you? Like just a more of a cooler taste.
Oh, of course. I will have someone bring
Some ice up, and he kind of rings like a bell on the bar and rings it, and you see a shadowy figure resembling a maid comes in, bringing just, I suppose, like a bowl of ice, and just kind of sits it down on the table, and it's just a misty figure in the shape of a maid just sits it down on the table, and he goes,
thank you, Margareta.
and Margareta just kind of floats away and goes through the doors. Not open, they're closed. She just goes through the doors.
Very interesting servants you have here, Victor.
Oh yes, they're very nice.
We're fans of the dead.
Can tell.
And he starts like fancy tongs, like putting ice in the whiskey glasses.
Well,
Like I was saying with the proposal, and he picks up his glass, and his has like a dark red drink in it. And he's drinking like a whiskey glass, and he sips it and goes,
so reason I wanted to invite you all here, so I wanted to ask you something. Well, you see, I lost my powers, and I was a little while back. Long time ago, seems like it, but recently I've been wanting to get them back, and judging by your battle today, I was quite impressed with your skills. You all seem very adept at taking care of things in your way, so I thought it only nice, since you already knew Morta as well. You see, to get my powers back, I was a sorcerer at one point, but unfortunately I had a dealing with a god of sorts to someone I was courting at the time, and this god took away my powers because I refused to marry their daughter. So my powers have been locked away by him.
You wouldn't happen to have red, green, and yellow candles, would you?
I do, but of course, the reason I want to ask you this is, if you don't want to accept, I completely understand, as it's a personal business of mine, but,
No, I just... The red, green, and yellow candles, we have a sort of recipe thing
oh,
that could possibly bring some light to getting your powers returned to you safely.
I don't know, but that's one thing I was going to talk about with you all, is that I wanted to ask. You see, the god that I'm searching for, has offered a deal that I bring him an item and he will return my powers to me, or I become a follower of him, and I don't really, not very fond of religion, or this one in particular, so I was hoping you all would help me find this item to restore my powers.
What kind of item are we looking for?
The item is a wand. It's called the Wand of Orcus. And it's said to be with the Cult of the Shadows. Of course, I don't know where they reside or much about them. I do have some information I can give you to get you started. They're said to be on the overworld, probably this continent somewhere. I don't know exactly. It would probably take some tracking. But of course, I would be forever grateful if you could help me return my powers. But I understand if you don't want to accept and wish to continue. I could get you a pass of exclusion from the competition for the time being.
I'm going to say out of character right now. What if we return his powers to him and he turns out to be the big bad?
You don't know.
That's the risk we gotta take.
Mm-hmm.
Morta's gonna add in, and we could compensate you, obviously. I would be going with you. But there is another option besides the wand. There's also a sword,
Who's that?
but that involves getting to the negative plane.
Like it says how to do it for your phone.
I was gonna say, can I roll to see if I know anything about the Wand of Orcus?
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
You were holding on to your phone.
Um,
You let me lay back down.
I don't know what your.
Arcana or history.
Yeah, probably Arcana or History. Maybe Religion if you have a deity that would know something about it, but Arcana or History.
No.
That is a 2.
Yeah.
You know just about as much as the rest of the party does.
Yep. Okay. I don't know shit.
Can I see if I know anything? I have pluses in intelligence because I have really high intelligence.
Okay, go ahead, roll History or Arcana.
Yes. Someone please see the value in the Wand of Orcus, please.
Yeah.
I just rolled a natural 20 plus 6.
Okay. You have heard just by, I don't know what Cicero knows about like stuff, but you being from lots of places and hearing lots of legends about gods and different things, you're able to put 2 and 2 together. You don't know necessarily everything about this god, but definitely you know that this is a very powerful item. If it was made or has something to deal with this god, it is definitely something that could made for mass destruction of some sort. And both of these items at that, the sword and the wand.
Well, then I'm going to relay the information by saying, I think we should tread carefully on this one Orcus subject due to it having immense power from what I hear. And I do understand that it can cause a lot of destruction and create a lot of chaos.
Of course, I don't wish to use it for destruction and chaos. I'm not a destructive person. I just need to trade it to get my powers back.
I'm not worried about you, Victor, using it. I fear that your god or goddess that you are speaking of might want to. Well, to be fair, they might just be keeping it secure. But no. Never mind. They could definitely destroy this planet just with a thought. They're a god or a goddess. What am I thinking?
Tell us about this sword. That
Well,
seems hopefully less dangerous.
Let me. Where is my mouse?
We don't know much about the sword. We just know it's on the negative plane.
And I'm not rolling history or arcana again about the sword.
Do we have a name for
Because
this sword?
somebody
Do
else
we just
should
have to
do
go
that.
to
It's
the
the
negative
sword of
energy plane?
Orcus. It's the sword of
Sword of
Orcus.
Orcus, okay.
Yeah.
He's very original with his naming conventions.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
So we either go
Name it,
after
it's
the wand
yours.
of Arcus or the sword of Arcus.
Yes, one is probably on the overworld, which is the plane you guys are on, somewhere within, and it's being held hostage by the Shadow Cult. Don't really know much about that either. Or you can take a trip to the negative plane and risk more of your lives, and get the sword back that way. Both of which you have very little information on.
I vote, Shadow People.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shadow Cult for sure.
Let's go after the
Negative
wand.
energy plane doesn't seem like the funnest of places.
Yes.
Sorry about this, Aaron. I was dealing with some stuff.
You're good.
Well, I would appreciate if you could find one of these items to restore my powers. It would make me very happy, actually. Of course, the Shadow Cult, I don't know where they reside or much about them, but from what I've heard, they are, somewhere, they have, like, I suppose, districts all over the place. I don't know if they're in Estor or not. You would have to ask around and find out, probably.
Xander, can I roll an insight to see if his intentions are pure on getting his powers back?
Sure.
No. That was a 7. Never mind.
Okay. You can tell he's, giving his speech. He doesn't come off as lying to you.
Well, looks like we have an adventure to go on, huh?
On one condition that I want to make clear. So we'd be dropping out of the tournament to do this?
You would not be dropping out. I would give you an excuse of absence from the tournament, and the tournament would continue with the other teams, but your place would be held, so you would not lose or gain any tiers for the time being.
What if the tournament concluded before we returned?
Oh, it won't conclude until all of the competitors have completed.
Okay.
So it can last quite a while.
Yes.
And then you're saying you would compensate us for this. What exactly would you be compensating us with?
Well, whatever you see fit. I can pay you in gold, I can pay you in title, or, whatever meets your fancy. I'm not picky.
That is my personal request. I don't know what everybody else would be wanting, but I require to personally take on a cult and attempt to retrieve a legendary artifact.
Honestly, I'm a very chaotic person, but I'm a little kinder than our dear friend Arthur. I don't require anything. Listen. I don't require anything. I want the reputation alone. That is enough for me. I want to be known as the person that got your powers back. That is it.
I'll do it for 100 gold.
I can give you more if you'd like.
Okay, then
Money
make it
isn't a
300.
problem.
How about if you all set out and find this item for me, I'll give you 1,000 gold each.
All right. Well, I think we have an item to find, don't we?
Title.
Yes.
Oh.
Go find one.
I'll go higher, but we'll deal with it later.
Okay. Of course, Arthur, I will grant you a title as well if that's what you desire. I'm not...
That is it. You don't even need to worry about the gold.
Okay. But allow me to, since we've, made our peace, of course, I very much appreciate this. You all are very kind. You all are noble. And anyway, so the last place I know where the Shadow Cult resides, I've been sort of tracking them a little bit, but I lost contact a long time ago. But they used to be in Estor, but they moved out of Estor and moved towards, as far as I know.
Just so you know, for a second, I won't be here. I gotta take a bio break.
Okay.
As far as I know, they moved toward Erodurth,
Which is over here.
You say.
yes. And they seem to have different domains set up everywhere, so they also could be in Halfjord, or Cronoian, or Johan for that matter. But the recent most tracking I've had is Erodurth.
Understood. We'll have to start there then.
Sounds like an adventure.
Hey, let's go for it.
Of course, you may find more information along the way.
of course, the best passive action, and he also has like a map of the continent like sprawled out across the top coffee table, and goes, well, the best course of action to get to your destination would probably, going around the bottom edge can be quite dangerous. So, and there's a lot of farmland and things to cross. So you could cut through the Animus Mountains and cut through Cronoian and get to Irodearth. Quite a few ways to go.
Say, a riverboat might not be too bad. Take the river down, nice boat. Though I am just talking because I know my old bones won't terribly like the journey.
Oh,
And I couldn't do it.
I can definitely set up a boat, and you can take a trip along the river. The river is quite large, cuts through almost all of the entire map here. It would take you maybe about a week, maybe a week to a month, depending. It's quite a trip.
Okay. Well, we'll need rations and accommodations along the way, as well as maybe, some drink and...
Oh, of course, I am going to find a boat for you all to rent, to head out on your journey. You will probably start, somewhere along the river port, along the lake here. Probably over here on the outskirts of town would probably be the best place to start. And I will compensate you for any rations, food, supplies, weapons, armor, such you need. If you need to buy them in town, I can supply the funds for that as well.
Do you happen to have access to possibly getting a raptor kitten?
A raptor kitten. I know of an adoption place in town. I don't know if they have raptor kittens, but I do know they have access to some otherworldly pets.
I'd like to acquire a raptor kitten if we can figure that out.
Of course. If you head into town, there should be a shop for purchasing pets or companions there.
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds
Raptor
like a
kitten
plan.
is required for this mission.
I'm going to go with Serenity because I have some curiosities about a pet of my own.
Okay. And he goes, with that, I propose a toast to a successful win and to a successful journey.
Here, here.
Meow.
Here,
Yeah.
here.
And he kind of finishes off his glass and kind of gives you all the maps, the information, everything he has on the location of the cult. And you guys head out into the city to gather your supplies. So where is everyone going to gather their like rations and stuff like that?
Raptor kitten.
I'm gonna go with Serenity and Cicero.
Okay. I assume Morta is sticking with Victor.
Yes.
Okay. Arthur, Nathan, are you all going to the pet shop?
No, I'm just going out to get basic supplies and various other gear.
Okay.
Yes, Arthur will accompany
here.
Nathan.
Okay. I assume Revor goes with the supply collectors.
I remember I have about 500 gold, so I there's like this pet that I have an idea of that I want to acquire for certain reasons.
Okay. So yeah, you all head out. So you guys head over to the pet shop. And there's like a larger human kind of at the counter. He's kind of has a parrot on his arm, kind of petting the parrot as you guys walk in. Kind of a green and like red parrot.
Serenity, I'm gonna let you speak first.
Okay. Excuse me.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Do you possibly have access to acquiring a raptor kitten?
Raptor kitten.
Yeah.
I don't know much about raptor kittens. We do have a selection of cats, though. But I can see if we can summon one. And he
It's
kind of...
basically a cat that looks like a raptor.
Yes. And he opens, like, kind of a book. And it looks to be, like, a book of, like, various animal descriptions. Sort of like a dictionary of pets. And starts, like, going through it and goes to raptor. And you see raptor dog, raptor goat, raptor, and raptor cat. And goes, raptor cat, said to reside in, oh, we have access to that plane. I can get one to you. For adoption fees and summoning fees together, that will probably be about, where's the calculator?
I'm really glad you guys were able to get access to him. Victor told me you might be able to.
Yes, that would be about 80 gold.
80? Okay. Will you be able to acquire it within a few months' time?
Yes, it shouldn't take too long, actually.
Well, we're not here for a while. Would you be able to hold on to it?
Yes, I can actually have it when... I assume you're leaving Estor very soon. I can have it ready for you, within probably a couple days. Shouldn't take a long time.
I don't know if we'll be here in a couple of days.
Oh. Well, I can definitely, send my Phoenix courier to send it to you.
Okay, oh, you can just send it over to Victor's for a while.
Sure. I'm sure Victor will take good care. Is that all?
I don't know if my friends need anything, so...
I have a question for you, sir.
Of course.
If I wanted to acquire something that would be tameable, of course, docile to its owner, but I would want it to be super, super venomous and deadly.
Ooh. Well, you definitely have intrigued me. Are you looking more reptile, or are you looking more beast?
More reptile.
Right, of course. Are you looking...
I was thinking of the viper variety.
Ooh, so you definitely want to sneak in the snakes. I think I may have sort of a cobra or a viper that might strike your fancy.
Huh, cobra or viper? Well, which do you think would be deadlier?
Let me look in my dictionary. How powerful? I
just want the venom to be super, super potent.
Okay.
For reasons.
I can get you an undead snake, a swarm of snakes, a poisonous snake, a flying
I don't want an undead snake. I need something that is fully alive. I don't want my party member potentially killing my snake, so...
Right. I have a very large poisonous snake.
Alright. That would probably work.
They're very medium-sized.
Alright. What kind of snake is that?
It's a poisonous snake. It can poison things with its fangs when it bites.
Alright. Is he tameable?
Oh, absolutely.
Alright.
You just have to be careful.
Can you lead the way?
Oh, yes. Let me show you. And he leads you, kind of opens, like, his, like, counter and leads you into the back room, which has, like, cages. And you see, like, all types of creatures, like beasts, small size animals, cats, dogs, everything. And he leads you over to, like, the reptiles. And you see, like, alligators and all kinds of collections. This place is a zoo. Just a zoo of, you know, creatures of the land. And and
The
goes,
concept of it reminds me of a pet shop in Bryce's world.
pretty much. And he leads you over to, like, the cage, and it's kind of like a kennel cage that you would put, like, a large-sized dog in. And there's, like, a snake, like, kind of curled up, and kind of looks like a cobra with, like, various, like, cool markings. Has, like, bright green and, like, gold markings. Very unusual, but very striking.
I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages and Tongues on myself so I can speak to the snake.
Okay.
I'm going to say to the snake, I'm going to basically be like, hello there, friend.
The snake kind of, like, lifts its head and looks at you and goes...
Would you like to be free from this place?
He looks at you, kind of gives a tongue wave, and, like, imagine Parcel Tongue in Harry Potter is pretty much what's happening right now. And he goes, well, yes. I've been here for a minute. No one seems to like snakes like me.
Would you, perhaps, be a friend of mine for a short while, and then I will free you wherever you'd like to be?
I've always wanted to be a familiar.
Fucking Harry Potter vibing this shit.
I'm going to stick out my arm with my finger extended and be like, go ahead, crawl up on me.
Alright. And the snake goes, hold on. Look something up. The snake crawls up and goes, by the way, my name is Gazelle.
Gazelle, I am Cicero. It is lovely to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you. I'm glad we're going to be partners.
Absolutely.
And she kind
You
of...
may have to help me with things using your venom, if that is okay.
I love using my venom, but I will only use it if you require me to.
Alright. Then we can be friends, and I'm going to look at the shopkeeper, and I'm going to be like, how much for this one?
And he goes, well, she seems to have taken quite a liking to you. How about, hold on. How does 70 gold sound?
I'll give you 80 as a tip.
Oh.
I give him 80 gold.
Okay. And the snake kind of curls up your arm and, like, rests on its head on your shoulder.
I like you.
I think we're going to get along very well.
And I'm going to meet up with Serenity again. Are you ready to go?
And yeah, he leads you out into the area. And you see Cicero has a, like, blue, or a bright green and gold snake wrapped around his, like, arm and shoulder.
We already killed one snake today. Do we have to kill another?
No, Draft. We don't need to kill this snake. The snake is a friend.
Snakes are friends, not food.
I think I had enough playing with the reptiles to last me 2 lifetimes.
Don't be so harsh. I'm gonna reach up and I'm going to lightly pet the snake's head.
She kind of, like, bumps your head into yours. Or her head into your hand like a cat, kind of.
So we know what kind of animal Cicero gets along with.
Yes. He's definitely a Slytherin.
I do have one question for you, whatever you are. What is your name? Animal person?
Oh.
I have like a honey badger.
Honey badger. Ah, I do have some small creatures. Follow me. And leads you into the zoo area. And leads you to, like, the medium-sized small creatures and goes, I have a beaver. I have a meerkat. I have a weasel. Oh, I do have a badger. And he kind of he opens the cage and pulls out a badger and holds it up. Very much like a young one. And goes, and the badger just kind of like,
I still have comprehend languages on. Would I hear this badger saying anything?
the badger goes, "Hi."
I'm gonna say to Drop. The badger said hello to you.
Hello to you, little one.
Hi.
He keeps
I'm
saying
just
hi.
I'm gonna look at the animal keeper and ask him how much for this one.
Oh, 50 gold. As it's not an exotic.
Travis gonna look at Cicero like, hey, can you help me spot some gold?
I'll give the guy the 50 gold.
Okay.
Of course.
The badger, you can tell it has like a very bright smile, just like smiles at Giraffe and goes, "Friend."
He says friend, Drap. He thinks you're his friend.
Friends? Friends?
Oh no. No. We're not bringing that mentality into this one yet.
And the badger just kind of like waves his little paws in happiness as he's finally getting adopted.
Not tell anyone this, Cicero, but I have a fondness for these types of animals.
He's very cute.
The shopkeeper hands you the badger, puts it in your hands, and the badger kind of just nuzzles against your chest.
And Travis just go look down at it and just kind of like give it a nice friendly smile and just like rub its chin.
He starts smiling, just kind of. If a badger could purr, it would, but he just kind of like snuggles up into your beard a little bit.
This is so wholesome.
If you say anything to anybody, Cicero, I will gut you.
Oh, don't worry. I won't say a word. They will see for themselves.
They won't cut me though, and she runs out the store.
All right.
We catch up to her.
Yeah, you guys collect your pets, and with the ones who went out collecting for supplies and weapons and such, you guys collect everything that you need, and Victor kind of covers the price of everything, so you don't really have to worry much, because he knows y'all are going on a long journey, and he's probably going.
I try and be light on the purchasing. I also get like fishing gear and hunting traps so that we can get our own food along the way as well.
Yeah, of course. But yeah.
Be a little nice in his wallet.
Exactly. But yeah, he leads you guys down to the lake docks over here. It's a little bit of a journey. Takes about, half a day to get there because it is on the very, very outskirts of town towards the farmlands. But he leads you out to the lake docks and says,
My friend here, Cecil, actually owns a vessel that you're welcome to use.
And the vessel is actually, it's a really nice boat. Like, this thing is nice. It's a yacht. And y'all are traveling, like, on a, like, 2-floor yacht with, like, a view and everything. So it's really fancy, really nice. Sails are well built. Again, this is, like, medieval time, so, it's wooden and such. Basically, pirate yacht. Imagine a sloop, but more levels and fancier. And, yeah, the dock is parked there, and I assume you guys take your supplies and load up into the ship. Or the vessel.
Yep.
Alright. And you guys all climb aboard, and, Morta, are you staying with Victor, or are you going with the party?
I was gonna talk with him about that, but I didn't know they were leaving, like, right away, so...
Okay. So, I guess what we can do is, it's actually getting nighttime, so you guys load up the ship and stuff and prepare for takeoff, but, because it's getting nighttime, you guys head back to the campsite, to your tents and stuff, to sleep for the evening, before you head off the next morning, or the next day, whenever you guys want to leave. But And yeah, that is where we're going to end session for the night. Yes. I hope that was a
I
fun
wanna do
session.
some side RP eventually.
It was.
Okay.
Is that okay, Xander? Can I do some side RP with you eventually this week?
Yeah, of course. If any of y'all want to do
before the ship takes off.
Yeah.
Zerban, would you like to join me in that side RP when we do it?
Is this a formal invitation?
Yes, this is a formal invitation.
Sure.
All right.
Just depends on when it is.
I guess also thank you guys for letting me listen in.
Yeah,
You're welcome, Rayleigh.
You're good, Riley.
Rayleigh.
That was much chiller than the last time I listened in. The
I
last
love you,
time
Rayleigh.
I listened in, it was chaotic.
We got up to less crime.
But, Zerban, before the session ended, I asked you a question.
Oh, which question?
It's in your DMs.
Oh, let me check.
We're gonna go ahead and read out.
But yeah, that's where we're ending session. Anything game-wise anyone wants to discuss before we close off stream or break off for the night? Because I know everybody's tired or busy or got shit to do, you know.
I'm good.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and end stream. So let me mute real quick. Alright. So yeah, that was a good session, guys. Thank you all for being here. Everyone who followed and all of my supporters. Again, if you want to support me, you can definitely check out all of my About stuff while I'm offline. But yeah, thank you all for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed the session as much as I did, as much as the party did. You know, I enjoy D&D. It's one of my favorite pastimes. But yeah, we're going to raid out, and I appreciate you guys all being here. Let me go find someone we want to raid. Let's see who is online so we can raid out. I'm actually going to send you all over to someone that is a really cool streamer. She is playing Dead by Daylight, so I hope you guys enjoy that content. And we'll send you guys over there. I hope you all have a good evening and a safe weekend. Goodbye.